Hi guys, welcome to Road to Cat 99. So this is set 9 of the target 99 plus QA series. So if you are not part of Telegram or the WhatsApp community, the link is in description. I request all of you to please be a part of the community. There I will keep sharing my strategies, keep solving the questions, and there you will meet thousands of other aspirants, right? And we will also keep conducting the doubt session, right, on the YouTube live. So there would be a lot of content on that part. So let's start with the first question straight away. Pause the video, solve the question. We are on plot 3 of the CAT 2023. The series is to make you aware, to make you realize that every question is solvable. You just need to follow a very decent approach without fancy formulas or without learning a lot of things. After that, I will start with random questions so that you can keep practicing on a daily basis. Right. So start. Let's start. There are three persons A, B, C in a room. If a person D joins the room, the average weight of the person in the room reduces by X kg. So this is a very nice question. You should be able to learn some concept through this question. What the question says is that there are three persons A, B, C in a room. Right. If a person D joins the room, let's say the average weight of A, B, C is A. Right. If a person D joins the room, the average weight. So the average weight of the room is getting reduced. That means this average is greater than the additional or the greater than the uh, individual weight of D. Right. So technically A is greater than D. That's why the average weight is reducing by addition of D. So we can say that A minus D and the final number is after D joins the room is 4. So this value is equal to reduces by X kg, right? It is reduced by X. Instead of if E person joins the room, the average weight of the person in the room increases by 2x kg. That means E is greater than A. So E minus A, the number of people would be the same. That is 4 is equal to 2x, right? So now we have two equations, that is A is equal to 4x plus D. And on the other hand, we have A is equal to 8x minus E minus 8x, right? So we can say that E minus D is equal to 12x, right? That is the one result we have. Now, if the weight of E is 12 kg more than that of D, right? So we are technically saying that E minus D is equal to 12, so X is equal to 1. So answer should be 1, right? Uh, Nothing of very high level, but if you go to the approach of, you can also do it by assuming that the summation of ABC is 3A and then the weight of person D is D. But if we had known this approach, it would have been just like a 30-second or 1 minute question. A boat takes 2 hours to travel downstream a river from port A to port B and 3 hours to return to port A. 2 hours to travel downstream. Let's say the distance is D and U and V are the speed of boat and stream. So downstream it will take U plus V, uh, that is 2 hours, and 3 hours, that is D and U minus V. U is basically the speed of boat, that is 3 hours. Another boat takes total of 6 hours to travel from port B to port A and return to port B. Okay. Speeds of the boats are constant. So what we can say is that du plus v and du minus v is 6, right? Okay, so you will keep changing. So the speed of first boat is u. Let's assume the speed of second boat is not u but w, or let's say x, right? Then the time taken by slower boat to travel from port A to port B, time taken by slower boat, right? So I think the slower boat is this one, because just the slower boat is this one because here it is taking total of 5 hours and here it is taking total of 6 hours. And the time taken by slower boat to travel from port A to port B. Okay, assuming that port A to port B is the downstream travel, so D is U x plus V. We have to find this value, right? And this is our answer. You can have a look over the options also, but let's try to do something else, Right. Give me a minute to think for this. Did we start recording? Yeah, we did. So let's first focus on the first equation. If I divide this by this or this by this, that means 3 by 2 is equal to, I would say, u plus v by u minus v, right? So 2u plus 2v is equal to 3u minus 3v. So basically we are trying to remove the d in the equation, and technically we can say u is equal to 5v, right? So this is our result, that u is equal to 5v. And if I put this in this equation, so d would become 12v, right? So this thing we know, and from this point we can put this in this equation. So d by x, so what we can do is, let's say this is 6 by d, this is x square minus v square, and this would become 2x. Or if I cancel it out, this will be 3 by d and x by x square minus v square, right? I hope you understood till here. And I'm replacing d by 12v, so this would become 1 by 4v. Or I can say that 4vx is equal to x square minus v square. I am removing the unnecessary details. Now we have to find this, that is 12v divided by x plus v, right? I think we can do something out of this. So basically, can we say something? Yeah, okay. We have to think a little bit more. So let's first see what we need, right? Okay, yeah, okay, let's. Mm, or if I divide this equation by v, so I technically need x by v plus 1, right? And if I require this, can I divide this equation by v square? So this would be x by v, x square by v minus 1, right? So technically, if I assume that x by v is equal to t, right? So I get this equation as, uh, uh so this equation would be t square minus 4t minus 1 is equal to 0, and the value of t would be minus b plus minus root b square minus 4ac divided by 2, right? So this would become 2 plus minus, and this is 20. So this would become root 5. And t would basically be positive value, right? So this should be 2 plus root 5. Now we have to just substitute this value here. So I can say 3 plus root 5, and after that 12, and 3 minus root 5, and 9 minus 5 is equal to 4. So 3, that is 9 minus 3 root 5 should be my answer. So that is A. Let's move on to the third question. A fruit seller has a stock of mangoes, bananas, and apples with at least one fruit of each type. One, one, one. At the beginning of a day, the number of mangoes make up 40% of his stock. Let's say 100x is the stock. So mango is 40x. Uh, that day, he sells half of the mangoes. Okay, the stock is 40x and selling quantity, this is stock. So he sold 20x, 96 bananas he sold and 40% of the apples. Let's say this quantity is A. So this is 40% of A. At the end of the day, he ends up selling 50% of the fruit. So this should be equal to 50x. Or I can say 30x is equal to 96 plus 0.4A. The smallest possible total number of stocks. So we have to minimize this value, right? We have to minimize this value. All right. So basically, we know that the number of fruits should be an integer, right? We have to keep that in mind. Apart from that, I don't think we really need anything else. Let's say this is 5A, so this would become 2A, right? Because 40% is 2 by 5 and minimum. Okay. So this would be 2A, right? So 96 plus 2A. So technically, A is greater than equal to 1, right? So let's assume if I take this value as so, okay, and also, okay, and so let's say this value is 60 minus 5, all right? And 60 minus 5A should be greater than 96. This is also a case. So one, if I take 100 here, this would be 40, but this has to be at least greater than equal to 96. So if I take 200 here, right, this would be 80. Or what we can do, ooh, okay. So this is 96, right? I think we can go ahead with maybe 1.5, 150, 61.5 fits here, 1.5 fits here. This is 150. This is 60. Yeah, I think we can go with 150, right? We could have made it more structural. I don't think this is the best approach we are following up. 150. Okay, let's understand the question again. So if I take x is equal to 1.1.5, this would be 60, this would be 30, right? And this would be 1.5 into 3. Okay. So this would be just 75. So this is not possible. Mm. Uh, Okay, so x has to be, if I take x as 3, then also it would cause a problem. If I take x as 3.1, 3.1, so here it would become 3131 satisfies. So if so 310, 3.1 would be 124, 3.1 then would be 62. If I take this 3 point, okay, we have to we should first check with this 3.1, that is 93. Okay, so if I take, so I can't take 3.1, sorry. Let's assume we also can't take 3.2. We take 3.3? If I take 3.3, so this would technically become 99 is equal to 96 plus 2A, then A is not an integer. Can we take 3.4? Yes, I think 3.4 should work because 34, 68 and 136, I think. So A should be 20. A is 20, so this would be 100, this would be 40. No issues in that. This is 340. This would also suffice. This would also work. And 60x minus 4A. So 60 into 3.4 minus 100. That is somewhat. Is it greater than this? Let's check. So we yeah, this is greater than 96. smallest value is 340. I think the slot 3 involves little bit more working, and technically in the cat you don't have enough time to work on all these questions. But in the slot 1 and slot 2, surely there were a lot of sitters. There were a lot of questions that can be done in 1 minute. Here in the slot 3, I realized that a lot of new questions are there. The number of coins collected per week by two coin collectors A and B are on the ratio 3:4. So A and B. So he collects 3x, he collects 4x. If the total number of coins collected by A in 5 weeks is a multiple of 7, okay, in the total, in the 3 weeks. Okay, so in the 5 weeks, he will collect, let's assume 15x. In the 3 weeks, he will collect 12x. So it should be multiple of 24, and this should be multiple of 7. So the only way it can be a multiple of 7, right? X has to be a multiple of 7. So we can straight away take it as 21x, and then this would become 28x. And in 3 weeks, it would become 28 into 3, that is 84, right? And this would become 105x. So this satisfies. 84 would cause a problem because let's divide 84, that is 4 into 41. No. So we need to double it again here, that is 56x, and this would become 42x, right? 42x and 50x. Then the minimum possible number of coins collected by A in 1 week, I think answer should be 42, because 42x and 50x is perfectly satisfying the criteria, right? So yeah, answer is 42. Gautam and Swane working together can finish a job in 20. So these type of questions should be your main focus, because this question seems easy. This question seems short in length, right? So Gautam and Swane working together can finish a job in 20 days. If Gautam does only 60% of his work, okay, they both can finish the job in 20 days, right? So let's say uh, X and Y are their efficiencies, or not Y, X and 1, right? So total work is 20 into 1 plus X, because I have told you multiple times that in time and work, if nothing is given, you can assume the efficiency of one person. If Gautam does only 60% of his usual work, so basically Gautam does 0.6x, Suhani must do 1.5 on that day to exactly make up for it. Okay, so can I say this? Yeah, I can. So 0.4x and 0.5. So basically 5 by 10 is equal to 4 by 10x. So I can say x is equal to 5 by 4, that is 1.25, right? Then the number of so the total work would become 20 into 2.25, 2.25, right? This is total work. Number of days required by a faster worker to complete the job working alone. 1.25 is the unit of faster worker. So the answer would be 20 into 2.25 divided by 1.25. So let's say what is the answer? 20 into 2.25 and divided by 1.25. So 36 days is the answer. I think this question is pretty simple. This you should also do. Nothing complex in it. This might take a little bit of time, so you can avoid that once you start feeling that it might take much more than expected. This was again a simple question, but some steps require critical thinking, which might not come instantly at that point of time. So yeah, you can leave this type of questions. This was surely a sitter. So out of the 5 questions, we were sitter. So you should be focusing more on the questions which are sitter rather than just finding out new ways to solve the question during the exam, because it becomes very difficult when you don't do enough practice to solve these type of questions in the exam. So yeah, thank you. And if you're liking the content, if you have some suggestions, please drop in your ideas in the comment section, like the video and share with your friends. Thank you. अरे कोठे में गाड़ी